Victory was seized in this fleeting second. But the question remains, why was this strike and no other deemed an ippon? The truth is, taking an ippon in Kendo requires more than simply striking your opponent. Today, you are about to uncover Kendo's most crucial secret. It is Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi, the unity of spirit, sword, and body. Master this principle, and your Kendo will transform dramatically. First, let me share a surprising fact. In Kendo matches, the probability of a successful strike actually being recognized is only about 3 to 5%. This means over 95% of all strikes are deemed ineffective or invalid. So, what distinguishes that 5% of effective strikes from the 95% that aren't? The answer lies in Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi. We'll cover this in 3 steps today. 1. Why 99% of people misunderstand Ki-Ken-Tai. 2. The true meaning and how to apply each element. 3. Your path to Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi. Practice methods for immediate implementation. The last training method in particular is a secret I received directly from an Hachidan sensei. How have you been taught about Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi in your Kendo journey? I'm curious. Let's do a short experiment right now. First, deliver a powerful Ki-Ai. Next, execute a Suburi. And lastly, assume a proper posture. For those of you who just thought, alright, that's my Ki-Ken-Tai done. That, my friends, is precisely the fake Ki-Ken-Tai that 99% of people practice. Why is it fake? That's because you are treating Ki-Ken-Tai as 3 separate elements. When you witness a high-ranking sensei strike, ask yourself, do they appear to be executing step-by-step movements such as emit ki, then move the sword? Absolutely not. All components unfold in a single moment, in perfect synchronicity as a seamless unity. Simply put, Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi is not an addition of 3 elements. Instead, it is a state where the 3 are fused and unified. Continue practicing without this fundamental understanding, and a true ippon will remain out of reach. So, how do we truly grasp Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi? Let's start by examining the real meaning of each element. In Kendo, Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi goes beyond a mere technical objective. It embodies the very essence of the Kendo path. It signifies the unification of mind, Ki, technique, Ken, and body, Tai, truly representing the core of Kendo as a martial art. Ki refers to the mental aspects like spirit kisei, vigor kihaku, and focus ki-ai. It represents the mental decision to initiate an action based on your judgment. Ken refers to the shinai work, specifically striking the target area with the correct part of the shinai, datotsubu, ensuring the proper blade alignment, hasuji. Tai refers to footwork, ashisabaki, and posture, taisei. It also includes the following attacking posture, zanshin, after the strike. Only when these 3 elements, ki, spirit, intention, Ken, sword, strike, and Tai, body movement, are unified and synchronized from the beginning of the strike to its completion, does it become a valid strike. This unified state is expressed in one phrase, Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi. Think of Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi in Kendo like shooting an arrow. You need the strength to draw the bow, Tai, the skill to aim at the target, Ken, and the determination to hit it, Ki. Only when these 3 become one does the arrow strike the target accurately. It's this unity that allows the arrow to hit its target, just as it results in a valid strike in Kendo. This Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi is deeply connected to the requirements for a valid strike, Yuko-Datotsu, in Kendo. Kisei in Kendo isn't just about the sound you make. It's the powerful intent rising from your core, the focused spirit that respects your adversary while seeking victory, and the unshakable commitment to fight until the very end. Maintaining correct posture is not just a basic principle in Kendo, it's crucial for stability and power in your strikes. By striking without losing form, you can effectively channel your whole body's strength. Moreover, a beautiful posture reflects the dignity of Budo and fosters a state of mind-body unity, enhancing focus. The Datotsubu of the Shinai, often referred to as the mono-uchi, literally the striking point, is the part of the bamboo sword on the side opposite the string. It spans roughly the first third from the tip. Imagine this mono-uchi as the sweet spot of a blade. The goal is to use it to penetrate effectively into your opponent's core. In Kendo, for a strike to be considered valid, the striking part of the shinai must hit specific areas on your opponent's body. These areas are called Datotsubui. Specifically, there are 4 target areas: men, head; kote, wrist; do, torso; and tsuki, throat. It's essential to strike these 4 targets accurately using the Datotsubu of your shinai. When we say hasuji, it means hitting with your shinai so that the flat part that should be the blade is pointing straight towards where you want to hit, and you strike with correct angle. Zanshin is the embodiment of being fully engaged in the moment, even after the technique has been executed. It is a state of readiness that is essential for true mastery of the martial arts. Zanshin is the martial spirit that allows one to transition seamlessly from one technique to the next, always maintaining a sense of preparedness. The fundamental principle for achieving a valid strike, Yuko-Datotsu in Kendo, is the unity of spirit, sword, and body, Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi. Here, we will systematically explore the relationship between a valid strike and this crucial concept. The term Zanshin and Kamae highlights the necessity of maintaining unwavering mental concentration even after completing a strike, along with holding a suitable posture. This state of readiness is evident in Migamae, your physical stance, and Kigamae, your mental and spiritual preparedness. Therefore, Zanshin and Kamae emphasize that a valid strike requires not only the correct physical action, but also a sustained and prepared mental state. In Kendo, Ri-ai refers to the inherent logic and principles within the techniques of fighting with a sword. Essentially, it's about understanding why we do what we do, the underlying reasons and rationale behind each movement. Ri-ai can be broadly categorized into 2 main areas. The criteria section outlines the specific judging standards for a valid strike, Yuko-Datotsu. These directly correspond to Article 12 of the Guidelines for Kendo Shiai and Shinpan, which states the requirements for a valid strike. Yuko-Datotsu is defined as an accurate strike or thrust made onto Datotsubu-e of the opponent's Kendogu with Shinai at its Datotsubu in high spirits and correct posture, being followed by Zanshin. While the criteria define what constitutes a valid strike, the elements section explains the qualities that are evaluated to ensure those criteria are genuinely satisfied. These elements are the power and sharpness, strength, sa-e, of the strike, the correct application of te-no-uchi, hand technique, appropriate tai-sabaki, body maneuvering, a sound opportunity for the strike, and the proper mai, spacing. A valid strike is judged based on the successful integration of both the criteria and these elements, as observed visually, for instance, shinai contact, posture, and orally, for instance, kisei, by the referees. What this diagram powerfully conveys is that a valid strike in Kendo is not a superficial act of simply making contact with the shinai. It is deeply rooted in Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi and necessitates the harmonious convergence of numerous crucial Ri-ai, criteria, and elements. The comprehensive judgment by referees, utilizing both visual and auditory cues, underscores that Kendo is not a mere stick fighting sport, but a profound and disciplined Budo martial arts. Moving forward, we shall undertake a detailed analysis of each of these constituent parts: Ki, spirit; Ken, sword; and Tai, body. This will allow us to understand in greater depth the process through which Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi is brought into being. When we speak of Ki in Kendo, we're not just talking about shouting loudly or having grit. Instead, Ki embodies various mental states like the power of concentration, a feeling of confidence, a sense of calm, and a genuine passion for the way of the warrior. The tangible expression of this Ki is Kigamai, which signifies a state of spiritual readiness. Like a liquid channeling through a narrowing funnel, Ki in Kendo embodies a multitude of mental conditions that transcend simple shouts or determination. Its origins lie in a laser-like concentration, a confidence forged in diligent training, an imperturbable calmness, and a deeply rooted passion for the path of the sword. These various mental conditions converge to form a singular, clear state. This is Kigamai. Kigamai transcends a mere physical posture. It's a condition of mind and body becoming one, truly ready for the action that follows. In order to cultivate an even deeper Kigamai, two significant components come into play: Kiai, the spirited shout, and Hasei, the deliberate and powerful vocalization. Kiai embodies the raw spiritual energy of martial arts, a powerful testament to one's unwavering will to succeed. This isn't about simply yelling. It's about the profound, forceful resolve that surges from the deepest part of your heart. Vocalization Hasei actualizes Kiai. A strong shout sharpens your focus and impacts the opponent. Cries like "Ya!" show your spirit, potentially intimidating or unsettling them. However, vocalization isn't merely about producing a loud noise. It's about infusing your spirit into the sound, emphasizing phrases like "Iza, Mairu, now I go." Kigamai, Kiai, and Hasei interact with each other, serving as crucial elements for effectively expressing Kendo techniques. These elements are collectively referred to as Ki. By mastering all of them in a balanced way, you can aim for a higher level of Kendo. Next, we will explain the true meaning of the second element, Ken. Regarding Ken, there's a surprising fact. Miyamoto Musashi once said that he could freely control a sword with just 2 fingers. This is not just a metaphor. It's a fact that can be scientifically proven by physics. For the secret behind that, we explain it in detail in Chapter 4 of this video. You'll find the link in the description box, so please be sure to check it out. The concept of Ken in Kendo extends well beyond the simple handling of the shinai. It encompasses the crucial skill of accurately assessing the mai, interpersonal distance, with your opponent and seizing the ideal opportunity to strike. Thus, Ken represents a powerful fusion of refined technique and tactical foresight. Mai is crucial in Kendo. Too far, your strike won't reach. Too close, counterattack risk rises. Optimal Mai demands predicting opponents' moves and unifying body and shinai for flexible response. Taking the Mai in a standing encounter as an example. After exchanging bows, both Kendoka approach each other from a 9-step distance, then perform Sonkyo and stand up. This distance is called Toma. It's a relatively far distance where even a single step forward won't allow your strike to reach the opponent. What you should do in Toma is to firmly establish your own Kamai stance and enter Shokujin no Ma. Shokujin no Ma, the touching blade interval, is the distance where the tips of your shinai, sword points, make contact. Here, what you should do is to fill yourself with ki and emit kiai. By touching your opponent's shinai with your sword tip, you can also probe their offense or kamai, and it is crucial to enter Kojin no Ma before your opponent. The Kojin no Ma is the range where the shinai tips cross, bringing an even greater sense of urgency. From here, some may try to launch an immediate attack. So, while preparing for their offenses and sudden lunges, you must actively seek to press your own attack. In Kojin no Ma, The goal is to find how to enter Isoku Ito no Ma, the perfect striking distance, before your opponent, all while keeping your own kamae intact. Isoku Ito no Ma is the vital one-step, one-strike distance in Kendo. From here, you can hit with one step and your opponent can evade with one step. In this critical zone, you must keep your kamae perfect, constantly ready to strike and actively look for your chance. The key here is to attack with Sen no Kigarai, taking the initiative with your spirit. Once you find the opportunity to strike, you must deliver your blow without hesitation, with a sutemi, literally abandoning oneself, spirit. To seize a striking opportunity or a crucial moment for attack, it's not enough to simply pinpoint your opponent's openings. It is equally important to actively create those offensive chances yourself. There are specific windows, true striking opportunities, Datotsu no Kikai, that we aim to seize. These include moments such as when your opponent is about to move, okori, when your opponent has become static or hesitant, when your opponent has just received or blocked a technique, when your opponent's technique has run its course, when your opponent is about to retreat, when your opponent's mind is disturbed, when your opponent becomes careless or loses concentration. The first three situations, the opponent's okori, when they are static or hesitant, itsuki, and after they receive a technique, are specifically called the Mitsu no Yurusanu Tokoro, or the three unforgivable opportunities in Kendo. These are taught as critical openings, suki, that must be taken. Achieving mastery of Ken in Kendo involves developing several key areas beyond simply wielding the shinai. You need to comprehensively improve your understanding of mai, distance, your skill in striking at the right opportunity, and your overall tactical mindset. In Kendo, Tai is far more than just the physical form. It serves as the essential foundation supporting every technique. Elements such as kamae, posture, Tai sabaki, body movement, and Ashi sabaki, footwork, intricately combine to support all Kendo movements. Think of correct kamae as the foundational support. Its stability permits agile responses and effective defense against attacks. Moreover, an acute awareness of your posture ensures that your entire body's power converges, thereby amplifying the destructive force of your strike. Footwork, or Ashi sabaki, serves as the primary means of locomotion in Kendo, proving utterly indispensable for both offensive maneuvers and defensive strategies. The traditional adage, Ichigan Nisoku Santan Shiriki, underscores its significance, ranking it as the second most important element after the eye, which is used for keen observation and seizing opportunities. Indeed, it would be no overstatement to assert that Ashi sabaki constitutes the very lifeblood of Kendo. Ashi sabaki can be divided into four primary categories. First, we have Ayumi Ashi. This technique is typically utilized for traversing longer distances, either forward or backward, or for executing strikes from a remote mai. It's notably present in the Nihon Kendo kata as participants progressively narrow the distance. Ayumi Ashi fundamentally involves an alternating advancement and retreat of the right and left feet, much like natural locomotion. Okuri Ashi is the most frequently used and crucial footwork in Kendo. It's employed for quickly moving one or two steps in any direction, or for delivering a strike from Isoku Ito no Ma, one step, one strike distance. This footwork involves first stepping out with the foot in the direction of movement, and then immediately drawing the other foot in to follow. It can be performed in various directions, forward, backward, sideways, diagonally forward, or diagonally backward, and is closely linked to many techniques. Fumikomi Ashi, stamping foot, which accompanies a strike, is an evolved form of Okuri Ashi. Hiraki Ashi is footwork for striking or defending while evading, often used for chikama, close-range attacks. To open right, step diagonally forward with your right foot, then bring your left foot to meet it, facing the opponent. To open left, Step diagonally forward with your left, then draw your right foot back, facing the opponent directly. Tsugi-ashi is primarily for striking from to-ma, a distant mai. You bring your left rear foot close to your right front foot, not past it, then immediately take a big step forward with your right foot. Tai-sabaki is written in Japanese as karada wo sabaku, to handle or manage the body, and it refers to skillfully controlling one's own body to effectively move. It involves physical movements executed to counter an opponent's attack or to precisely deliver a technique. Training Tai in Kendo is not merely about engaging in muscle training. It means acquiring a comprehensive mastery of correct posture to enable swift movements, ashi sabaki, which is indispensable for both offense and defense, and Tai sabaki, the skillful handling of one's own body. Always approach your practice with a correct posture in mind. Repeat footwork drills until the basics are ingrained, and through fundamental training, master the basics of body manipulation. Now, we move on to the final chapter. Achieving Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi, actionable drills for immediate improvement. By now, I believe you've understood the essence of each element. Ki, Ken, and Tai. But the most crucial part begins here. The method to unify these three elements, Ki, Ken, and Tai. Without knowing this, no matter how much you practice each one individually, you won't be able to strike a true ippon. In fact, the results of my own promotion exams dramatically changed before and after learning this method. And that method is, it's about changing the focus of your awareness. This is a simple yet profound truth that many Kendo practitioners overlook. In fact, Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi is nothing special. Your Kendo will transform dramatically simply by adopting a certain perspective in your daily practice. Many Kendo practitioners tend to focus their awareness solely on the opponent's movement, their shinai, or the striking target at the moment of impact. This is often because they are preoccupied with their result, the desire to score an ippon, to decisively hit the men. However, what's truly important is the continuous flow of physical movements and mental state leading up to the strike. It's about focusing your awareness on each individual process, your footwork, body control, breathing, and kiai, and adopting a perspective that seeks a perfect connection to the next movement. In other words, the true focus lies within yourself. It should be on your own mind and body's condition, and the key that you refine from it. While perceiving your opponent's openings is important, even more crucial is whether you possess a fulfilled ki, generated through the dialogue between your own mind and body. This is precisely the moment when all the essences you've learned about Ki, Ken, and Tai connect within yourself. And this integrated sensation is what leads to unwavering confidence. And this confident feeling enables you to unleash a sutami, all-out strike. Simply by shifting your perspective here, the quality of your ippon will dramatically improve. Since realizing this perspective, the way I approached my daily training shifted significantly. Perhaps thanks to that, I was able to pass my 5th Dan promotion exam on the first attempt, with Nito. I later heard that I was apparently the very first person to pass a Godan exam with Nito in America. In many practices, individual elements like Ashisabaki and Suburi are broken down and trained separately. This is, of course, important. However, the most crucial thing is to recognize that all these elements are connected in a single line. By being conscious of this unbroken, organic single flow and grasping the essence that Ki, Ken, and Tai are one, diligently engaging in daily practice, you will achieve true Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi. Finally, let's recap the practice methods for achieving Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi once more. Shift your awareness from the opponent to your own mind and body's condition and the fullness of your ki. Direct your awareness not to the result of the strike, but to the perfect process leading up to the strike. Diligently engage in your individual basic practices, always conscious of unifying everything so that it connects in a single line. Ki-Ken-Tai-Icchi is not merely a technical theory. It is the very path of human character building through Kendo. If you put what you've learned today into practice, your Kendo will surely transform. For any questions, please type Ki-Ken-Tai in the comment section and ask your specific questions. I will definitely reply. And if this video was helpful, please share it with fellow Kendo enthusiasts. Until next time, see you in the next video.